Ladies and
Man,
gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Chris tried to interrupt me, but you can't. Yeah, whatever. We're here. We're back.
consider
Uh,
me thoroughly chastised.
yes, you're at the top of the pyramid today. That's right. We're down a starter. Only the second time this season, so our strength and conditioning program's pretty good here at the good old Rocky Pod team.
I don't know, man. The percentages are not looking good.
I was a little skeptical when we didn't hear from you until about like 20 minutes ago. I was like, oh, okay, well,
Would you two have just gotten on here and hung out?
I mean, I guess I would have.
The show
Yeah,
must go on.
We're
the
we're
show.
professionals. That's what we are.
Next
Indeed.
man up. You just gotta play.
Yeah,
Next man.
we need to sign some backups. We gotta sign ourselves first, get some
I'd
money.
say
Yeah, we
who would
gotta create some depth in this off
who should
season.
we pick up on the waiver wire? Who would be a good fourth when
Uh,
someone's on a bye?
Matt Dixon.
Matt Dixon.
yeah, top of the food chain. Who else?
Hmm.
I think that might be it.
I mean, if you go Matt Dixon, a Beano pickup
Oh
would be.
yeah,
Yeah,
but I mean that's a lot of money we'd have to throw his way to get him on here.
that's a fair amount of your expenditure.
Yeah. Ooh, I don't know.
We do have other friends.
Do we? But yes, we're back. We're discussing Tennessee's valiant effort against the number one undefeated Georgia Bulldogs. Oh man, it looked good after that first drive. Her second, I think it was second offensive drive we scored, right?
No, we
First
we
drive.
went right down the field
Yeah,
on the drive.
man, looked good. And then CBS is talking about, oh man, Georgia's had the stomach flu, and all these players were on IVs before. And it's like, oh my gosh, we got a chance. And lack of depth and all that came back and bit us. And Tennessee fell 41-17. What do you guys think?
First of all, who had the most accurate score? I can't remember.
Oh man, hang on. Well, tell me what you think while I look it up.
Isn't Caleb mostly the closest?
Well, I picked us to win,
I
so
don't know.
I'm saying we're out. Caleb 38-21, Chris 45-20. So that's, I mean, Chris, you
That's
won.
pretty close, Chris.
Is that why you brought this up?
I had a suspicion. I couldn't remember, but yes.
Kyle, who's taking the in-laws out on the town tonight in New York, 42-28. I had Tennessee 45-41, so I got the 41 right, but 45 was just a little short. Only 4 plays short, though. Um, but yeah, I mean, a lot of Tennessee fans, I guess you can include myself, but I'm just a homer. Thought the Vols could actually pull the upset, but man, that Georgia team's just good. You could, I
That
mean,
defense.
who's the Dr. Pepper like concessions guy? What was his name?
Larry,
Yeah, you could put him in at quarterback on that team, and they'd still be undefeated.
I don't know about that. I don't know if Larry could have scooted for 13 yards on 3rd and 7.
Gosh, man.
That guy
Against
is,
our defense, mate.
yes. You want to expound upon that?
I mean, every quarterback has done it all year. I mean,
But doesn't
we
every,
suck against.
they all have the same kind of slippery little dude who doesn't look like that he could do what he can do, but he does.
He does. Always. I feel like
The
we've
days of
never stopped running quarterbacks, like ever.
no, like it's just a thing.
Backups and running quarterbacks. That's
I
our,
remember, yeah, you have your Billy Jack Haskins at Kentucky, but the one that really resonates to me from when I was a kid was Anthony Wright at South Carolina. Like we would always soundly beat South Carolina, but then they would have that guy who could just dink and dunk, and then Leonard Little destroyed him, and we never heard from him again. But yes, no, that's like a mental thing for just that may be a mental thing at every school, but for us, almost certainly.
Yeah. Exciting news though. We now account for 22% of all points scored against Georgia this season. So shout out to the Vols. Moral
Shout out
victory.
math. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, man, that defense is. Oh,
I
gosh.
mean, we left some points on the field too. Not that I disagree with necessarily with the decisions, but
I
we
think
had
we
like
might.
three chances to kick field goals that we didn't,
Yeah, they're all field goals.
which was fine. Honestly, have heard some people criticizing that, but you're not going to beat Georgia doing that. So I was fine going for it.
No, I got my moral victory with 17 points, but I was on row 9 in section U, and it's kind of a different perspective for me. The you kind of lose it a little bit on TV or way high up where we normally sit, but Georgia was just monstrous. They were enormous up close and personal. Darnell Washington was like an orc. He was enormous. I couldn't believe how tall that guy was and how just massive. The way we looked kind of high schoolish in most positions compared to them.
What is that noise?
That
Sounds like a battleship just like beach somewhere. And
could be my stomach.
uh, did Hendon Hooker did not have his best game. Probably his worst game so far as of all. Would you guys agree?
Uh, yeah, this or
Uh,
the Pitt game.
I mean, Pitt game, he came in late. I'll give him that. But
Hit game, he put us in a position to win.
yeah,
This one, yeah, it's been a fairly linear thing. Like if the team is
Yeah,
good, his performance kind of suffers a little bit.
I mean, this is the first time it really seemed like he had the, I don't know, the yips or whatever. He there for 3 or 4 drives in a row. It just felt like he couldn't complete anything. He was
yeah,
throwing
Well,
everything. I don't know what happened, but
yeah.
I mean, it was that pressure. I mean, even if there wasn't pressure, he was afraid there was going to be pressure. You could see it, like it just kind of sped up his mental clock.
Well,
It
I
seemed
thought
like,
he actually did a lot better job of staying in the pocket this week. Like
yeah,
normally, like he's got the ball snapped and receivers barely off the line and he's gone. So I thought he did a better job of staying in the pocket, and I felt like especially early he had time to stand in there and make throws, but he was just way off to start the game. So I don't know.
I don't know how you assess that or what you blame by that, but
Yeah,
we outplayed them in the first quarter and for the majority of the second quarter, and
I don't know about that.
maybe the
Did we
first
do
couple.
anything in the second quarter?
no, we got outscored 17-0.
Okay, so like the 1.2 quarters, I don't know, couple of drives in, but the first quarter definitely. I had legitimate hopes. The Georgia fans behind me, there's a couple of little kids and they were just screaming and hollering at kickoff were very, very quiet. And one of them they started looking at each other, these two boys, and their dad had this cartoonishly big thing of popcorn. He sat it down and looked over at him and said, "Boys, it's a long ball game. Don't you worry. A lot of ball to play." And by the end of the game, they were almost just as quiet because it got to be like, it was ridiculously cold.
Yeah. What was it at kickoff? Like 46 degrees or something?
Something like that.
Yeah, it was pretty cold. So, hey,
Not
maybe.
a cloud in the sky, but we were in the shade in the west stands, and then the wind started to
Oh,
kick up
gosh.
towards the end of the game.
Yeah, it seems terrible. But Tennessee falls to 5-5 on the year, 3-4 in the conference. Um, man,
Still,
I also felt like we abandoned the running game. Like, I don't want to say abandoned, but our success drastically dropped off, like really quick.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was. I don't know that I blame us if we did abandon it. Like, they're just way too good on the defensive
yeah.
line. I don't. And Jabari Small is just. I mean, God bless him. He's not good enough to play against Georgia. So
Dang.
we really need Tylen Evans.
Yeah, did you guys see that report that Evans is probably just shutting it down, heading to the draft?
What report was?
I
I don't know
heard
if it was
people
a
talking
report,
about
but
it,
it was
but
like a some forum post by a guy that said most likely Evans was done, and he's just working on the his draft stock right now for.
What draft stock? He had one good game.
Yeah, that's the thing. And another comment I saw was, I mean, what are NFL scouts going to take from this? Like, you're in the SEC for half a year and you're injured for most of the time. Like, I don't think that does him any good. So, and
I mean, I understand, he's got kids or a kid like that obviously moves the timetable forward in your head. You want to get to the money as quick as you can, but he has the skill set to, if he can keep healthy and get another year in a program and know our offense. I mean, I feel like he could be probably a decent draft pick next year, but as it is,
I I wonder if like NIL will change things for any of the guys like him. Like he's not going to be a high draft pick. You have to think he's going to be one of the top few stars on the team.
yeah, that's what
He
I was
yeah,
might
going
be
to
able to get
say.
a decent chunk of money if he stays.
Yeah, but I mean, I think so far it seems like our program has failed to, you know, I guess steer these players towards NIL deals that actually matter. Like,
Well, yeah, but we don't like before the season. Like we didn't have anyone who had any star power. So I don't necessarily blame local companies for like not wanting to sign a football player to a deal. Like we literally had no like Cade Mays is probably like the biggest name on the team, like and no one. So
Cade Mays for Hood Roofing Services or whatever.
like I don't know. It seems like Kennedy Chandler's got some good stuff because he's got some star power, but
Yeah.
that's a that's that's a fair point.
Yeah, I
Um,
think we all agree though that he could, you know, really serve well by coming back for another year, taking a little bit of NIL money, and then really go out and show the scouts what you got. Because the
so,
NFL running back career is nothing. Like,
yes.
yeah. I wonder about Hooker too. Like he went up against a really good defense and struggled. Like I wonder if this hurt his draft stock enough to where he'll have to come back.
I don't know. I mean, the state of quarterback play in the NFL is just absolute garbage now. So I think it uh, I'm not saying he should go pro, but I think a lot of quarterbacks that shouldn't will be drawn to that and go. But hopefully not. I've heard rumors that this week Virginia Tech and coach what is it, Justin Fuente parted ways, and apparently one of Hooker's best friends is a wide receiver. I think his name's Trey Turner for the Hokies. So maybe we can
Come
Is
get.
he
home.
good?
Yeah, he's pretty good. He's pretty good. I remember watching him in that North Carolina game, and he was, they would showcase him like every 30 seconds. Like, oh, here's Trey
Do they
Turner.
have? Does he have any friends who are good at defense?
I don't know. That was one of the comments I saw on the thread about that. Is just, does he have any body that can play linebacker he can bring with him? So, I think I am even more so than like recruiting. I'm more excited about the transfer portal now. Like, I mean, we've not really had a whole lot that have helped us this year aside from like Hooker and Peyton. Jawan
Evans.
Mitchell. Well, Evans was part of the recruiting class. He was JUCO.
Yeah, I consider JUCO and the transfer portal the same thing, but yeah.
No. We always sign pretty high-ranked JUCO guys. That'll hurt our, overall class ranking. We got to keep them separate. But Jawan Mitchell, yeah, he's hurt, but we didn't really see much from him. So hopefully this offseason we can really get some stars in here. But yeah, any more Georgia fall football talk?
I don't know.
No.
No. I have to, the atmosphere. Being there, I felt like the atmosphere was kind of dead.
Yeah, you said that pregame. You sent that picture, and so
Like,
there's nobody here. Nobody cares. Like,
I mean, there were people. I mean, it was a good crowd, but I don't know. Like during the Vol Walk, there was a smattering of applause, and it just kind of had like watching Marie Antoinette being taken to the gallows kind of feel. Just
I mean, did you expect anything different, though? I mean,
I thought
cold. I think everyone kind of knew we were going to lose. Like, some people hoped that we might keep it close or maybe win, but like 90% of the people going to that game knew what was going to happen.
Yes, but even in those circumstances, in the past, it's felt like there was enough of those kind of fans that would get out there and say "Woo!" regardless, and there just wasn't. Like it was just a long, thin line of okay, and it just kind of felt like that in the stadium. At one point, they said that we broke the decibel record of 118, and I no, no. We got loud there for a little bit, and after the first touchdown drive, it was pretty exciting. But yeah, like Kayla, I agree. I don't blame the fans for it. Don't blame the fans for any of it. But it was just. I don't know. It did not. It left a little bit of a taste in my mouth. Then again, when we walk to the stadium, we're normally 3 sheets to the wind, and we're coming from the other side, and we don't notice anything, and we come in, and everything seems bigger and brighter and whatnot. So
we haven't been to the Vol Walk in like years. At least I haven't. So
never been to a Vol Walk actually.
It's way too early.
Yeah. I mean, like. In my opinions, Vol Walk is for like if you got kids with you or something. Take them over there, let them see the team. Like, yeah, that I can understand that. But as just a fan, like I don't care. No, I will take that back. The Tax Slayer Bowl against Iowa.
Now
that was a great Vol Walk.
Yeah, we're yelling at Bajakian in his in his golf cart. Oh, man.
I'd like to credit myself for making everyone get up when I did.
Walk 10 feet.
How could you do this, Chris? Got you down.
I miss those Iowa fans playing cornhole with us.
They were great.
I still have a conception of Iowa fans as all playing on cornhole boards with 70-degree slopes. all those boards were insane. Oh, boys having trouble this morning. Yeah, they're difficult.
Oh, well, for all of our video viewers, my background, we're going bowling. Vols 5-5, need one more win, and we got South Alabama and Vanderbilt coming up. What percentage you think we're going to win out? I'm 99% sure we went out, right?
I'm like 92%.
92, okay.
I'm sorry, that we win the next 2 games?
Yeah.
It does feel a little jinxy. I don't know. I'm fairly superstitious, but yeah, like high, 95%. Both of these teams are.
Is Jake Bentley playing or no? Is he out for the year officially? I heard he tore his ACL, but that he might play.
Well, that would be just Jake Bentley as hell against us. Can you imagine the story? Has he ever lost to us?
I
I'm
don't
going
know.
to say maybe not.
well, was he starter for South Carolina last year? Or?
I don't think so.
So he's there
Uh,
2016, 17, 18, and 19. So surely he lost to us at some point.
Did we beat Carol? I think he was
they
injured.
beat us in 16.
Yes. And 17.
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't care.
We
Screw
beat
him.
them in. I don't know. I don't know. But the list of quarterbacks who have beaten us at two different schools is pretty embarrassing.
Hilarious.
I've not seen this. Like,
It's like Will Greer,
oh
uh, Flippy Franks.
god.
There's someone else that I can't remember.
So Florida quarterbacks.
Yes.
Well, then we shouldn't be surprised.
I didn't know that Bentley went to Utah last year. Apparently,
What?
yes. This is his third team. So South Carolina for 4 years, Utah for 1, and now South Alabama.
Oh,
South Alabama's 5-5. All 5 of their losses have come in the Sun Belt Conference. Yikes! They did beat Arkansas State though. Boy,
oh no.
Butch and the boy. Hey, they
Eli
got back
Gold.
on track though. They won a game this past weekend, I think.
Who'd they beat?
Louisiana Monroe.
Oh, poor Terry Bowden.
Yeah, Terry.
Poor Tater Tot. Have you seen Terry Bowden lately though? He looks great.
I've not seen him. Was he the coach at? I have this strange memory of.
Oh boy.
I want to say the '97 season, heading into '98. Was he the coach at Auburn that year?
Yes, he was the coach at Auburn.
I remember when he resigned or something, and I remember there was a video of him like in his home sitting in a recliner. Do you guys remember that at all? No? Okay.
No.
Well, I don't know why I remember that, but I can just
Why did
see it
that stand
like
out?
vividly. That's my memory of Terry Bowden was him in a recliner after leaving Auburn.
All I could the only conceptions of him I have were just a giant oversized Auburn hat and a striped orange and white tie. And it looked odd to me at the time, especially with Fulmer and his sweater vests. But now he still wears a tie, but he's like lost weight and he looks good.
Well, good. Um, so ESPN has this at a 93.8% chance of beating South Alabama. So let's go.
What's our Vandy percentage?
Oh man, I don't know. Hang
Well, you ain't got the
on.
chart there.
Vandy 345. We're at 97.3% chance. So.
Okay.
Oh gosh.
So this is our toughest remaining test.
I mean, you guys have been saying, "Oh, I don't know about South Alabama." It's like it's South Alabama. Come on. But it was also
Well,
Georgia State and Wyoming and almost a bunch of others in between those two. So
we having just sort of flashbacks to the last South Alabama game.
when
Do
was
you?
that? Was
I
As
have
early
no
Butch
memories of that.
years?
that was the first Butch year.
Okay, yeah. What was the score? What happened?
We nearly lost.
Oh, that's just
We had to
first year Butch
come back to
things.
win at the end. Talking to Caleb on the phone. He's just, if we lose to freaking South Alabama. Of course, this was a period of time where we thought that there was still a glimmer of hope that we could very quickly rise back up. We hadn't been broken by 2012 just yet.
Well,
Yeah,
we
I
did
guess.
rise back up, in fact, but
I
I mean,
guess.
2012 sucked, But 2013, we were still sort of feeling Butch Jones out.
Well, yeah, we had, 2013, we had the moral victory against Georgia where Pig didn't fumble. And then we beat South Carolina. So we had enough to give us hope.
Boy,
Well,
Twig Howard. Pig Howard's Twitter feed is something else these days.
what's
He's every post is about Raja coin or something. Y'all seen
yeah.
this? Oh gosh.
He
Um.
sees chain as the future. He just is sharing his wealth with us.
Yeah. So if we do win out, what does that mean here?
Well, I guess it means we go to a bowl game and get those extra practices
It's so important.
to the development.
I don't even think we have enough players to practice, right? Like
We seem to have enough players to practice right now.
yeah, I reckon. See,
Caleb,
that
what
would
would you
be 7 wins first year. Well, who's the last coach to do that? Kiffin, right?
That's
Lane Kiffin.
Yeah. So,
an
man,
outshot at 8 wins. I think a nice Big Ten or Big 12 school would be kind of surprised by our speed and 8 wins in year one would be excessively good.
I was thinking
Given where
about this
we
the other
were.
day. Remember back in like the mid to late or first decade of the 2000s when the Big 12 was every game was 55, 52, all these high scoring and all of us SEC fans like, "Oh, why don't you come to a conference where we play defense?" And now we are the Big 12. Like, it's kind of funny, but
Yeah, we went forward and somehow went backward. I suspect there will be a trend in the future to go back to power at some point.
so
I
do you
agree.
guys
When
know
every
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just say when every team is playing this style, yes, so someone's going to go power and just demolish everyone.
I
Like
hope it
I'm really
Like,
looking
does.
forward in like the 2030s to seeing Jamie Chadwell take us into the wishbone and run the triple option in the swamp.
yes,
Oh,
yes.
am I tilting my hand here?
Not the triple option. Ugh.
He will come up with whatever he'll have. I don't
If he
know
can
a
see
wing
his eyes
T
by
or
then, he needs to get a haircut. You guys know where the
stop being.
Vols rank in the country in red zone defense?
No.
126th.
How many teams are there?
I don't know. It's 130 spots.
Okay.
129. The only teams below us. So opponents have had 39 red zone attempts and have come away with red zone scores 37 of those times. The only teams worse are Troy, Kansas, Arizona, and the U, Miami of Florida.
Nice.
Poor old
So we're
man.
even worse than Butch.
Whoa.
Where is Butch? Let me find him here. Arkansas State. You guys ever heard somebody pronounce Arkansas Arkansas?
Never.
Not seriously.
I did
What a
once in 5th grade.
what'd you do to the kid?
I didn't do nothing. I looked at him like, what? You don't play NCAA? You don't watch football? Like, come on, man.
Didn't didn't follow the 1992 presidential election?
I can't find them. I guess they're off the
All right,
charts.
that's okay.
You missed a golden
Oh,
opportunity though.
67th.
67th?
Yeah.
Okay. Sunbelt numbers.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I
Any
mean,
other?
Oops.
like the
Oh,
season is functionally over.
well,
Like
let's transition to this. Rumors of Lincoln Riley, taking the LSU job, right? Do you
I've
think
heard,
Yes.
Heupel could go to Oklahoma if they came calling?
Yes.
well, Caleb says yes, and for our audio listeners, saying it with a smile because it's what he
Gosh.
wants to happen. Why, Caleb?
Because it's time for Jamie to come marching home. I don't get me wrong. I like Josh Heupel. He's done a great job so far.
Done a
But
great job. Real excited.
there's just something about an Anderson County boy coming home to coach the Vols.
Matt, is he blushing?
I think so. Yeah.
I'm kind of seeing some redness there, man. Tell us.
I love him.
He
I
loves
love him. I love his mullet. I love his offense. I love his fire. I love that he is on the Tony Basilio show.
That's what it is. That's what it really is. But you don't want. He's an outsider.
Imagine Chadwell and Vitalo on the same campus.
Caleb, what does it do to you to imagine them like bro hugging?
It's beautiful.
It is beautiful. I would not object to that. Is he going to Virginia Tech though?
If he doesn't come here, probably. Actually, I don't know about probably, but I think it would be a good kind of move for him and for Virginia Tech.
No, here's what happens. Virginia Tech gets Shane Beamer. Jamie Chadwell takes the South Carolina job.
Yeah.
No, that wouldn't happen.
No, that was the choice last year, and they didn't do that.
Well, we also had the choice of Jamie Chadwell last year, and we didn't do it either.
That's true. But why would that happen? Yeah. Let me wrestle with that in my mind. It's
All
like
right. What else we got? Any more Vol football talk?
mercifully
Cedric
no.
Tillman, 200 yards receiving.
Okay, some more.
Um,
Is Cedric a senior? I don't know anything about him besides he caught a lot of balls.
says he's a junior, so.
Okay.
I would go pro if I were him.
No.
Just made himself a lot of money.
Don't say that, Caleb. We need our talent.
Yeah, who's going to replace him? Lucien Brunetti?
Ramel Keaton.
I had a little bit. I have some hope for Ramel going forward.
Well, he got
I mean,
to play
Tillman-
after Peyton went down.
Tillman
What
sucked
happened?
every other year, but so maybe Keaton will be good next year.
Could be. But what? That's news to me. Although I have not been following much Twitter lately. What has happened to Javonte Payton?
He went down early. He only had one catch. I haven't heard a update.
I mean, my non-medical opinion is that it looked like he broke his collarbone, but
Oh, gosh.
that's just kind of the way he just had got his shoulder slammed into the turf and immediately grabbed it. So looked like I don't know what it looked like to me.
Is he a one and done here? Or
No.
he's a grad transfer, right?
I don't think so.
Chris, you need to stop asking questions we don't know the answers to.
Asked and answered.
Peyton is a senior, yeah, so. And his
Just
status is questionable.
Yeah, but is he like one of those COVID seniors where he gets another year or no? That's the thing that like I literally have no idea what year anyone is anymore.
So according to this, he only played at 2019 and 2020 at Mississippi State, and this year, wow, that's crazy. So last year Mississippi State, he had 19 catches and 1 touchdown. This year, well, that's not right. It says he has 15 catches and 6 touchdowns. Well, that might be right though, right?
Yeah, I think that actually is right.
Like one 80-yard
Wait.
touchdown catch a game, and then you never see him again.
The best first quarter receiver in the country.
Yeah, he's.
We're the best first quarter team in the country,
There we
probably.
go.
I think they did say that this past broadcast that we are.
So
Alright.
is it really depth that wears us down in the end?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's a combination of that and honestly, our scripted plays, like when they run out, it is so clear that we just
Yeah.
don't move the ball as well.
Is this a red flag going forward, or is this unique to this team?
I don't think it's a red flag. I mean, I think it shows that we have pretty good coaching.
We do have good coaching, but
It's
a lot
just that when it comes down
situation.
to time for talent against talent, we suck.
Well, I know that Alex Golish talked to the Knoxville Quarterback Club this week and said that they're basically still early in the installation of the entire offense. So
So
that,
maybe
yeah, I mean, that could be something that this offense could be even better next year. So who knows? Even the bowl game, those extra practices.
what bowl do you want to go to?
Yeah,
The
the
Mayo Bowl.
Sugar Bowl.
Championship game, Chris.
Yeah, I wish it was the old days where just bribe some newspaper reporters to put us in there.
I wouldn't mind going back to Jacksonville, see some people, but I've really enjoyed how we've dodged the Liberty Bowl for like the last 25 years.
Yeah.
Seems like every time that it seemed like we get in their clutches, we slither out somehow.
Let me check or
All right, Matt, we're not going over bowl projections.
I'm just gonna see what ours is.
So we are.
These people know nothing. They
All
just put
right.
teams in a slot. They have
So they've
no
got
idea.
us as the number 2 overall national seed against Cincinnati in the Cotton Bowl. So that's good.
There we go. I'm sure Josh,
uh
I'm real
I know
surprised.
that's fake because they're not putting Cincinnati there. So
oh. So right now the projection on CBS Sports is North Carolina State versus the Vols, 11:30 in the Duke's Mayo Bowl.
ooh, Dave Doran gets to face his former almost team.
Former suitor. All right. Set it on football. Well, let
Yes.
me check. Let me check. Never
You gonna
mind.
check the athletics projections
Yeah.
too?
See where
Clemson in
Outkick
there.
No,
has us.
we've canceled the Athletic now that Dave Oven has uh
Gone national.
yeah gone Big J.
Ugh.
Basketball team had a game this past week.
Kennedy Chandler is freaking incredible.
Yeah.
I
I
bits and pieces from Caleb's porch, looking through the window to his living room.
I mean, just his shooting, like he's phenomenal. Like, dang.
he I mean he's clearly better than Keon and Jaden were last year. I mean people keep saying he's like the best freshman in our lifetimes. I don't know if that's true. He seems better than Tobias Harris so far. I guess we'll see how his season goes, but he's incredible. I mean, it is so nice to have a point guard who you can trust to handle the ball, distribute the ball, and score. I think our ceiling is as high as it's been under Rick Barnes because of Kennedy Chandler alone.
Yeah. You got Bailey and Powell coming off the bench, both shooting well. Um, Olivier Cumwa,
I I don't know what to
23
think about.
points.
I don't know what to think about him.
Or any of our bigs.
Well, I just think every season it's like he has like one good game early in the season and then he disappears. But
Typically
I don't know.
against ETSU.
He did look more confident and like he just knew what he was doing out there, which was encouraging. But
Confidence is key, they say. Sorry.
yeah, we need someone. We need Huntley Hatfield or Fulkerson or someone else. Like our bigs, I'm worried about.
Yeah, Hatfield played 15 minutes, only had 3 points, all in free throws. He was 0 for 4 from the field. Ooh, Vescovi 1 for 7 from downtown. Poor guy.
That's okay though. I mean, that's the thing I like about this team is that we have so many guys who can shoot that it's like fine if Vescovi has an off game because Powell and what's his face are shoot
Bailey?
well. Bailey, yeah. Like Triple J hasn't even doesn't seem like he's played that well so far this year, but at some point he'll.
Or his career.
Yeah, he played pretty good at times last year. He'll come around. I mean, surely Fulkerson will put together something this year. Who knows? But
I mean, he's given $1 for every point he scores. Like, why would he do good?
no, for every point the team scores.
Oh, okay.
About to say no one wants $75.
Endow a bush on campus. All right. So Lady Vol Soccer, they got a win in their first round NCAA matchup. Take on Washington State, I think Saturday or Sunday, right?
It's up in Ann Arbor, right?
Yeah,
I think
Ann
it's
Arbor.
Sunday.
Jada better bring her gloves. Make sure she stays
You better
warm.
bring cleats. And
Oh, they play
bring
Friday
her
at 2
forehead.
o'clock.
What?
Yeah, Friday at 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
We are.
What channel is it on? I heard it was like on the Big Ten Plus or something stupid.
It doesn't say here. I'm not sure.
Why is Roger Hoover not demanding the SEC network get up there?
I heard our Lady Vol basketball team had a pretty big top 25 win.
Yeah, we beat who? South Florida?
Yeah.
Kelly is doing the thing. Although it took like a flurry at the end, they dug down deep and found it. It's still
That
so
has been talking Lady Vols.
We got Texas up next. The men's team play Villanova Saturday at 1. So exciting weekend coming up for Tennessee athletics.
Any more news and notes, Matt?
Well, I don't think that's
This
going to
has
do
been
it for
brought
us.
to you by Rick Terry Jewelry Designs.
Rick Terry wants to be your jeweler. What else do we talk about on this thing?
We're going to bring Dr. Jerry Punch in a minute to talk about tennis.
Talk about NASCAR. Apparently, I don't know. I can't remember. He tweeted something the other day. Yeah, I didn't pay attention to it.
Good story, Matt.
Thank you. There was something about NASCAR in Nashville buying another racetrack. I think it was Dover. So, yeah.
Anything exciting going on in wrestling, Matt?
Thank you
Or
for bringing
coin
that
flip.
up, actually. So this past Saturday was the All Elite Wrestling Full Gear pay-per-view. And spoilers for those who haven't seen it. Kenny Omega's almost 1 year run as Jerk Heavyweight Champion has come to an end. He was beaten by the anxious millennial cowboy, Hangman Adam Page. Tonight's episode's back in his home state of Adam Page in Virginia. Got a nice welcome from what I watched to begin. But yeah, pretty good pay-per-view. I'm not going to spoil it because my gripe, we're never getting a sponsor from Warner Media after my gripe. I'll tell you all that. You guys watched the pay-per-view? No?
When was it, Matt?
It was Saturday evening.
Was
I'm not getting to my gripe. I won't tell you when I actually got to watch the darn thing.
I was hitting a deer probably at the time you were watching it.
You hit a deer?
Yes.
What vehicle?
And the Tahoe.
Oh, yeah, that sounds purposeful.
What? Think.
Well, won't get rid of this stupid Tahoe.
Oh, I'm in love with this Tahoe. It's sentimental. I've been. It's taken me here, there, and everywhere.
It has.
But driving out in the country, dark road, heading home from the game, and one little deer pokes across, and me being not as much of a country guy as I probably need to be given where I live. One is in front of me, and it kind of goes along, and I think I've missed it, but its cousin or whatever, brother, sister comes along and just, yeah, it was a doe, it was a yearling, little bitty tiny thing, and I just whomped it.
I
Felt
think that means
terrible.
that was that deer's son or daughter. So
Yes. However, I learned today that it had with hope, a happy ending. I thought I'd killed it, and I felt, I'm not gonna, terrible. Like I felt just absolutely gutted because it was a pitiful thing to see. But I noticed when it was laying there, it was off to the side of the road, and it was just barely breathing, and my bumper was crumpled and whatnot. But I was just, the whole setup was very, very sad. Didn't know what to do. Um, it was explained to me that this stuff just happens all the time in the country, and there was nothing to do. But yesterday, I was informed that the next morning I was dropping a friend off at their house, and that next day she went and looked, and the deer was gone. And she said there was no signs of any kind of animal having taken it off, so they suspect very strongly that it was just stunned. And
Or it got up and ran to a ditch to die.
well, Caleb, why did you have to?
Oh,
Why did you
man.
have to do that?
I don't know. Sorry, Chris. But
I
I'm sure it's
felt
gonna live.
terrible.
I'm sure it's gonna live a productive life in
That's
Sevier
want-
County.
the story of how
Oh,
Chris is banned from the Little Ponderosa Zoo there.
I have to say, there's a tribunal of deer out there somewhere. Pictures of my license
I've
driver.
yeah, I've also had that issue out where I live. I've never hit one. Almost did last winter. But lately, man, the coyotes, whoo, they've been everywhere.
Same.
Yeah, and those little suckers, they don't know what to do once they get on the road. And they see those lights, this way, that way. I mean, it's like, no, just get out of the way, you idiots. But yeah, not a fan of the coyotes.
I had a pack of them run through the yard, and we're in the city here, and it still shocks me whenever it happens. But a pack of them ran through the yard, like a couple weeks ago, and they chased a rabbit left, right, and center, and it was quite jarring. My dainty sensibilities were all in a flutter.
I would love to see that. I want to, like, when we make it big, we need to send Chris on like a safari and just have hidden cameras everywhere and just see his reaction to all these different things.
I would be terrified. Put me in the rainforest, all the bugs, and just where is my hot coffee? Where are my heated towels? Where is my marble flooring, heated flooring? Where is my Stearns and Foster mattress? I need some air conditioning and some Zaxby's.
Oh, gross.
Yes.
Caleb, did you hit anything this week?
Don't believe so. I just reminded me of a story today, though, when I was driving home.
Caleb, you did hit something.
What did I hit?
You hit your head on that weird vent above your stove.
Oh, I do that like every other day.
I have to say, like, it's just it sticks
out. It protrudes. Yeah, it's very far out, and anytime I'm cooking on the stove, I just whack my head on it.
It was enough to make. Are you okay?
My animal story, though, is I was driving home today and I saw a spider in my car, and so I'm like getting close to home, so I'm gonna pull it in the garage, and then I'm gonna grab a napkin and kill it. Of course, I'm like keeping an eye on it the whole way. It's keeping its distance. As soon as I pull in the garage, I've lost it. I don't know where it is, And it was like on my driver's side, like door up in front of me, and I can't find it. And so then I just start freaking out. Like there's a spider in my car. I don't know where it is, and so I hop out really fast. I go get paper towel. I can't find it. So now tomorrow I'm probably going to get killed by a spider in my car.
How big was it?
It was huge.
What? No, I don't believe
Yeah.
that it was huge.
It was huge, man. It was huge.
Quarter size? What we
It
talking?
was, Chris, it was enormous.
I always get afraid that like a snake's gonna fall out. Like you know where your pedals are and how all that stuff
Yeah.
works. Like, I'm always
You're
afraid of
afraid of
snakes.
snakes?
I hate snakes. Like
I do too, Matt. Okay, I got a snake story. No, it's not really a snake story, but I went on a little short hike today, and I'm out there on the trail, and of course, like the trail is completely covered with leaves this time of
say
year.
snakes. I was like, oh,
Boy,
No,
Matt,
and so I'm like, I can't really enjoy my time there because I'm like watching every step because I'm afraid there's going to be a snake under the leaves in the middle of the trail. Like, it's terrifying.
boy, those park rangers really just need to start clearing off the trails, don't they, Caleb?
Oh yeah.
yeah. My snake story from this year was I was fishing out at Icy King Park there, close
You
to
see
Alco
who?
Highway. Icy King, the king of ices. Um, and kept seeing the snake swim across, and most snakes they'll run from you, but this little sucker, man, he would come closer, poke his head up out of the water, and like I hate snakes. When I was a kid, I almost got bit by a blue racer. I've never liked them. I hate them. Oh, like yeah, there's some of them do good stuff for it. I don't care. Okay, you can go do good stuff out in the woods somewhere. Don't come near me. Don't let me see you. I don't know. And man, like it was getting dark, and me and my buddy were like, okay, this snake's coming closer. He's going back and forth. So like, okay, let's grab our stuff. Well, this was like dark enough to the point where we had to use flashlights, and we're like looking down to grab our stuff, and there were 6 snakes just sitting around us. Oh, oh no, no. And they like, there's a couple of snakes around here that look like copperheads, so they kind of look like copperheads. I don't think they were, but the fact that they were just so like up on top of us and just, coming closer. I mean, they weren't really aggressive, like biting wise, I guess, but oh
Every
man.
snake looks like a mean, murderous asshole to
No.
me.
Gosh.
Even the little garden ones.
Yeah.
It's a hard no from Chris.
So next week's Thanksgiving, right? What? It's on Thursday or Wednesday. I always forget. Thursday, right?
And then Thursday and then Black Friday's the shopping.
Oh yeah. Well now it's.
We got to get early Black Friday this year, Chris.
Oh.
What? What's that?
Well, have you heard about the supply chain?
Here and there.
You order on Black Friday, ain't gonna get there by Christmas.
Oh,
Y'all got your
gosh.
Christmas shopping done?
I haven't started.
Caleb.
Yeah, Thanksgiving. What's y'all's favorite Thanksgiving dish?
Not turkey.
Okay. You're probably right, but I do enjoy the couple of times a year you get to eat turkey. Like, it's not the best thing in the world, by all means, but it's a nice little treat every once in a while.
It's fine.
I mean, if you smother it in gravy, it's delicious. Like,
it's fine. It doesn't beat stuffing or dressing.
This is going to be the one episode we have that people are going, you ever had a deep fried turkey before? You ever tried this?
I hope so.
Tried it every way. It sucks. It doesn't suck, but it's overrated.
It doesn't suck. But yes, like turkey as a centerpiece is just
Don't you just love the tradition of it, though, Chris?
Of course, I love the tradition of it. The Norman Rockwell cutting it, and like, yes, I like that. But what I end up with in my mouth, and I do like falling asleep in the middle of the Lions game or whatever, an hour and a half later.
Lions
But
and the Packers.
Okay,
always
what kind of gravy do you like on your turkey?
brown.
Brown. You don't
What?
like the
Yeah.
turkey gravy?
Turkey gravy is slimy garbage. It is flavorless, soulless S word.
Okay,
Thank
well,
you, YouTube.
back to the original question. What's your favorite Thanksgiving dish now that we've...
It's
This is such a tough
canned
question.
ocean spray cranberry sauce.
Oh
Uh,
my God.
no.
It is you shake your heads, fellers, out of pure ignorance. That stuff
You might
is
be right. I think
perfect
I'm going to go.
complement to the flavors of the Thanksgiving Day dinner.
Just being around Chris for like when barbecue ribs are coming off the grill, I want to see how he looks at a Thanksgiving feast and like just knocking relatives over to get
I will
get
tell
in the
you,
line.
one, there is no knocking, but number two, it is not the same reaction that I gave those ribs that Caleb smoked. I will tell you that. It is a gentle, oh, would you pass the mac? Oh,
Okay.
could you put me a little bit of dressing on that? My aunt will, she makes, there's a fairly standard dinner that she makes. And every year, there's a big old can of the cranberry sauce sitting there that only I eat because other people are also living in darkness and ignorance and deprivation. And I'm sorry to say, but yes, it is not. Thanksgiving dinner is very good. It is just not the same as, yeah, I'm not going to attack it like, God, those ribs were good.
Caleb, what was your favorite?
All right. It's a tough question because I love so many. I mean, I obviously love mashed potatoes, but that's not real. You have
Don't
those so
say something
often.
like deviled egg.
No, I'm
I
not.
can see it.
No, you can't say
Okay.
deviled
Sorry.
eggs.
No, I was going to say deviled eggs, actually.
God
Deviled eggs,
bless. I
yes.
knew it. I
They're
knew it.
so good.
Okay, go ahead and defend them.
I will attack.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's like, they're delicious. You get nice, like, mayonnaise and mustard mixture with a little relish or pickle juice flavor in there, maybe a little paprika sprinkled on top. I don't know why it all works so well together, but it's so good.
Do you not like yours a little more vinegary than mustardy? I suppose
It's not how they've been made
my
and
mother
are
makes
given.
them a very certain way. They're very
Well, I
tart.
guess the pickle juice, I think that's how, I don't
Yeah,
know.
but
I think
that's gonna
that's,
be like dill. Like I don't know
yeah,
if I
but
want.
it's like vinegar and dill. Yeah.
I want more apple cider vinegar than dill.
All right. Well, this week on the
Pickle.
deviled egg pod here,
No, we could do this for a
deviled
while.
eggs suck. There's my take. They're
Matt,
All
your
right. What's
disgusting.
yours?
take is garbage.
Gravy.
That's not.
Gravy.
Gravy. Oh yeah, it is food. Okay, I'll say
What's your
dressing.
favorite?
I like
What's your
dressing.
favorite thing at McDonald's? The ketchup packets.
Okay, now McDonald's does have good ketchup.
They do have good ketchup. But
McDonald's and
it's a lot of
Zaxby's are
people.
the only two national brands that have their own ketchup. So
Shout out to
All right,
Zach.
what's the best Thanksgiving dessert?
I mean, pecan pie probably. Like I'm trying to think of what is exclusively Thanksgiving, like other than pumpkin
Yeah.
pie.
I mean, is pumpkin above or below pecan?
Pumpkin's not even on the chart. That garbage.
Okay.
Get it off of my plate.
Beg your
Okay.
pardon.
Pumpkin
No, no,
pie
no, no.
sucks.
No.
It
Matt.
sucks.
Matt,
Why don't y'all? We'll pause this. Why don't you go down to freaking Starbucks and get your little pumpkin spice lattes? Y'all
pumpkin
like
spice
pumpkin?
lattes
Oh,
are
no.
It tastes like garbage.
and also
Yeah,
the hatred of pumpkin spice lattes are kind of memey now, Matt.
Yeah, they're actually not
Oh.
bad. Okay, but okay, listen. Pecan pie, if we're doing like a 365 day thing, like, okay, yeah, pecan pie is better overall. It's delicious. I love it, especially
Yeah.
with maybe a few little chocolate chips sprinkled on top and melted. That
Never
makes
had
it,
that.
oh, try it. It's delicious. But I love pumpkin pie, and this is the only time of year that you really get it. And it's just,
It's delightful in the circumstance. Yes, would I eat it after, a ball game in August? No. Or if it was the only thing to eat, sure. It doesn't taste bad at all, but it fits perfectly with the ambience of all of this.
It tastes horrible. Like
It
pumpkin is disgusting.
it's not
no,
pumpkin tasting. It tastes like
It
nutmeg and cinnamon and cream
tastes like
and
dirt.
Chris, you just described pumpkin spice.
that's exactly right. Is that what it is? I don't know. I don't drink the lattes. I don't go in for the pumpkin spice anything, but
So you
the
Pumpkin
both say
flavor is
pumpkin pie?
for Thanksgiving, probably. Although I'll probably have a slice of each.
we are a lemon icebox pie family.
What?
You
For
ever heard of that?
Thanksgiving? Yeah, I mean, I've had it. I just seems more like
Well, there's
not like
just
a winter dish, but
it's the pies that come out. There's also what are the it's not raspberry. It's blackberry pie. We have a fair amount
berry
of black.
cobbler.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh, peach cobbler's so good.
But yes, Thanksgiving specific. Yeah, pecan. It just fits. But pumpkin is delightful.
No.
You're wrong, Matt.
No, I'm not wrong. It's disgusting. I don't know how people, it's bland and just, ugh.
Where are you getting yours from?
I think I've only ever had pumpkin pie once in my life, and it was enough to
Matt.
where I would just say, nope,
This
not again.
Oh my
I had
god.
it after soccer practice when I was 8, and it was real bad. So never again.
No, it was a Thanksgiving that I had it, I remember, but no, just terrible. Awful stuff. I mean, if anybody out there bakes delicious pies and wants to send us a few to try, get in contact. We'll give you some information to send those over.
Yeah, shout out Buttermilk Sky Pie Company if they want to sponsor the pod.
Yep.
Yes.
If Chris intercepts a deer again this week, you can go get a free slice of pumpkin pie. What do y'all think about what's that cake place? Nothing Bundt Cakes. Does that name not bother you? It kind of bothers me. Like, yeah, it's a little pun, but it's just a
Matt,
little.
you are bothered by the oddest things.
I'm bothered by everything. It's just what I want to let known at that moment.
You just don't like puns. Don't
I
like good
love
taste.
puns.
Food.
I just think that one's a little stretched.
A little too on the nose.
Yeah.
Mm,
All right. Favorite Thanksgiving drink. Let's go with that one.
I don't really know what a Thanksgiving drink is, but
Yeah,
That's
there's not one.
is there like a hot apple cider or something?
My
Like
family usually has a punch, like a holiday punch.
holiday
sounds
punch.
good.
I mean, it's just ginger ale and like fruit punch, but
Oh,
pretty good.
Sounds good.
it sounds Christmassy though.
Well, we have it for both.
Oh,
Yeah, unfortunately, neither of my families drink, so
ours is a dry household, so there's never any wine. There's
Ooh, that'd be delicious. I've never thought about wine with a
what with your
Thanksgiving
turkey?
meal. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what pairs with turkey. This is the high class portion of your podcast brought to you by what pairs with turkey?
Um,
Is it
chocolate
rare?
milk.
Oh god, Matt.
A pumpkin spice latte.
Ah,
What do you think? What do you think old Heupel's favorite Thanksgiving dish is?
Coca-Cola.
Really?
Or let's
Green
lay
bean
out
casserole. Or,
let's lay out a Josh
Oh.
Heupel
No.
Thanksgiving tray. You got one of those styrofoam trays. You got your spot for your forks.
Well,
Your
we
big
did it for
entree.
Thanksgiving. Yes, okay. In the center, he's going to get. I feel like he's a guy that probably demands a leg. Yeah, cut me off the first leg there. Okay. So
Give me
well,
the second one too.
I don't know. Rodney Gardner's taking the second one. What does he put? What's his main side? He's
Ooh.
mashed potatoes and gravy, right?
Yeah, I feel like he's just like the most
J-
traditional square plate you can just like whatever the traditional Thanksgiving plate is what Josh Heupel would get.
So there's a centerpiece of homemade cranberry sauce with what? What is the most traditional of is
With
mac and
mashed pot. That's a good
Dressing.
question. Yes, dressing or stuffing,
yeah,
mashed
dressing
potatoes
stuff.
and gravy, maybe some corn.
Hmm. But mac and cheese has that like almost taken over for even something like stuffing on most Thanksgiving plates?
Not for me, no.
Not for me
No.
personally, no. Although my aunt makes a tremendous, tremendous mac and cheese casserole that is a must have on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
But like,
Are you guys a keep all your food separate or just kind of let it all
do you
combine?
mind?
Wherever it goes is fine.
I don't mind it touching.
Oh,
I especially like, I don't mind it touching, and if things mix in with your mashed potatoes,
oh
that's
yes.
delicious.
Yes,
Yes.
Anything goes with mashed potatoes.
especially a Sister Schubert roll.
Oh, interesting. I would have said like peas are good with mashed
You know,
potatoes.
that's Chris, that's
Or
a good point. Oh, peas and mashed potatoes are great. Peas are just phenomenal. I
No,
love
they aren't.
peas.
No, they're not.
Peas are
uh,
delicious.
Peas are nothing.
peas are good enough, but with mashed potatoes,
Oh,
that's the best way to
yes.
eat peas.
And you
Yeah, when it's
got
covered up
gravy
by,
over everything. Oh, baby.
I just assume have no peas. Just have mashed potatoes.
You
You
Dip
gotta
don't
your
have
want peas?
peas.
No peas for Chris, huh?
no.
You know what upsets me every Thanksgiving is it just always seems like the rolls just aren't good enough, you know? A lot of families just buy those, store-bought, you know, rolls you just got to pop in they just don't
Just
do it for me.
no. You don't
Just
like a Sister Schubert roll?
I don't know
oh,
who
they're
she
so good.
is. Is that the Loyola Chicago girl or that's Sister Jean, ain't it?
Sister Jean.
Who is Sister Christian rolls? What?
She'd tell you to wash that mouth out.
Yeah, with gravy.
Yes.
Who are these rolls? What?
Sister
Sister
Schubert.
Schubert, the little tinfoil, circle with like
Hang on.
little bite-sized rolls in there. They're so good.
How you spell
Yeah.
that? S-I-S. I'm just kidding.
Ter.
Oh, look, Google already had it. It's listening to me. Yeah, I don't think I've had these.
Oh, Matt.
I don't think I've ever even seen these. Who is this woman?
She makes good rolls.
No, you know what the best roll is? The croissants. Pillsbury. Those are the best. Oh man, love a good croissant.
Yes.
Are
Although
we
the
talking croissants or crescent rolls?
Yeah, crescent rolls. Same thing.
we're no, Matt. We are actually talking about the bacon, egg, and cheese croissant at Burger King, which has declined markedly since I was a kid. It has
Oh,
completely collapsed.
it's sad.
It is pitiful.
All
What do you
right,
think
should we gripe?
Hype's favorite dessert, and then we'll gripe.
What can you imagine him saying at the press conference lectern with the two Cokes? What's he gonna say?
You know, honestly, I just love a good Coke float.
We're real excited to get back home and spend time with our families this Thanksgiving. Should be really great. Great, see bonding opportunity with our families. Go have some pumpkin pie. Get back on campus on Friday and get ready for Vanderbilt.
That'll be
Jesus,
good.
that that was it's like it's already happened.
Well, here's
Yes.
a Thanksgiving tweet from Josh Heupel at UCF where They have stuffing in a UCF helmet. Looks like collard greens, rolls, and mashed potatoes. Oh,
Collard greens for Thanksgiving, huh?
that's what it looks like to me. I mean, I don't know what else that is. Yeah, that's got to be collard greens.
Orlando is a strange place, I will say.
It is. All right. Weekly gripe. Who's going first?
All right, I'll go. Chris will go.
Okay. A very emotional thing happened to me, and if I break up, uh, please bear with me. I have fallen into a steady stream of going to the Publix for lunch every day, or not nearly, but not every day, but a fair amount of the days of the week. And it's a very simple process. You walk in, grab your 2 rolls of sushi, and walk out. 640 calories for the both of it. Touch on the
Jameis
expensive.
Winston.
Yes.
Do you pay or do you just grab them and walk out?
Of course I pay.
Okay.
I'm a upstanding citizen and all that. We got close to one of my big no-nos today.
Uh-oh.
The guy that makes the sushi chef, it's the same guy every day, which already had me on edge. He recognized me today. And there was not a spicy tuna roll out there. He said, "Oh, sir, spicy tuna roll coming up." And that, gentlemen, I'm afraid is just about the biggest no-no you can do with me when it comes to people serving me food. If ever I am recognized or am coming to a place frequently enough that they start to know my order or they get just a bit too chummy, I'm sorry. Like it was not expressed. He didn't talk to me beyond, hey, here, like I'm making a spicy tuna roll. It's coming up. I know I don't have one out there, so I can in my mind justify he was gonna do it anyway. It wasn't specifically that you were. It absolutely was. He recognized me. I do not want to lose public sushi as a place to go for a fairly low calorie lunch. But I will do it if they get a bit more chummy. I do not want ever. It is the biggest thing that you could biggest absolute no-no. I will
What's the problem? I don't understand the problem.
You don't hate when you go to a place and someone starts, like, it's the same person in the drive-through. It's the same person at the checkout counter at a gas station or whatever. And you go there enough and they start to know you and I can't stand it. I hate that chumminess. I will abandon ship and pull the plug on that immediately if it becomes unbearable. I hate it.
Well,
truly.
that's how you get perks, though. That's how you get fresh stuff. That's how you get, bigger
Screw the
portions.
perks. I want my anonymity. I want to be a nameless, faceless person in the crowd. Give me your perfunctory, hey, how you doing? What can I get for you? Here's your price. Thank you, sir. Have a good day. That's all I want. If you get chummy.
Okay, let me ask you this, Chris.
Yeah.
Why is chumminess in food service different than chumminess, let's say, for example, in going to the dentist?
They're like family. That's like.
But why is it? Your food service could be family too.
No. The dentist is a more intimate experience. You need to have a relationship with your doctors. You need to be able to.
What about your barber?
It's more intimate. It's not. This is at the drive-through of a restaurant, and the person that's handing me food. It is supposed to be instantly transactional. I don't want to know, but having your hair cut and having your teeth worked on are inherently intimate. And I've been with the same people for 33 years at the dentist and nearly 20 with my haircut.
Exactly why I brought those examples up, and I'm wondering why you can't have a multi-year relationship with your sushi chef at Publix.
The sushi chef that's not going to be working there in 6 months?
Well, then that'll be great for you, but I don't understand the problem of getting to know them.
I don't want to get to know the. I understand the distinction there. I understand what you're trying to say. It's just different. When I'm popping in and popping out, I don't want them to know. I'm not popping in and popping out to the dentist. I want to go into the store, not be recognized, and leave. I don't know why this is. It's just something that I feel very strongly about. I realize it's confusing. I could see, like, why are they? I was looking at you both and like, why are they not getting this? It seems so obvious to me. You don't mind when someone's like, you go in the gas station and they're like, "Hey, Caleb."
I don't even know when the last time that's happened to me, but I don't think it would bother me.
Like when I was at Vol Hall and at UT, and I would go to the Quiznos so often that they would see me coming and start making a chicken carbonara. When that happened for the first time, or hey, chicken carbonara, it did something to me. There was just something about that familiarity I just did not like. Somehow I can make a mental distinction. It probably makes no rational sense. I can make a distinction between my long-time built-in so-and-sos and this place that I've only been for a little bit.
What a
Just
gripe.
Okay.
gives me
That's
creeps.
top 3. Okay. I mean, do you feel ashamed? Like,
It possibly could be like that. I am so unimaginative that I'm just rote doing this
I mean,
almost
it's
out
not
of
like you're going to Captain D's and ordering a, family feast for yourself. Like, you're just getting some sushi.
no. I agree. But no, I don't feel any embarrassment about it, about getting what I get. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just a latent misanthrope. I don't know. Maybe I just don't. I just don't want to be seen. We could delve deeper into this, but
Well, maybe, Chris, you can visit this week's sponsor, BetterHelp. BetterHelp. I'm just kidding, not a sponsor. But Caleb.
Okay, so I won't gripe that much, but my gripe is leaf blowers because, like, I swear for like the past week, it's like every hour while the sun is up, it is a constant just sound of a leaf blower outside, like all day long. There's just a leaf blower going somewhere.
What's the
What?
difference in the leaf blower and the sound of your own air conditioning unit?
I have never noticed my air conditioning unit, and the leaf blowers are somewhat like monotonous, but they're just. I just
No, I
it
could
drives me crazy.
not.
And I just don't understand how it's possible for them to be going like all day long,
Do
every
you have a
day.
leaf blower?
No, I don't own one, which
Wow.
is becoming a problem because our yard has a ton of leaves right now. But
Who cares about leaf maintenance, leaf removal? I
many people.
myself to. I know they do, but I don't understand why.
Snakes.
Really?
I don't know. I mean, Caleb went on a
Uh,
hike and was worried about snakes on the trail because all the leaves.
Maybe all the snakes are like already gone for the winter. I don't know, but
I hope.
Yeah, they're in Fort Lauderdale.
I just think I have to probably endure the next like 3 weeks or however long until all the leaves are off the trees, and then there will be a nice, peaceful, quiet.
A den, yes. Do you
Yes.
have the same feeling about the sound of mowers in the spring and summer?
I don't mind those as much, and I don't know why.
They
I
don't
just don't think
drum.
they're quite as annoying as a leaf blower.
It's hard to disagree. It is a constant, just
Plus, there's at least when you mow the grass, it's like there's a nice smell in the air, but like there's nothing pleasant about a leaf blower.
Just cut a little hole in the gas line there and smell the sweet fumes of gasoline.
Yeah.
All right, is
All right,
that
Matt.
okay?
Close
My
out.
gripe: Warner Media, Bleacher Report.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Lean back for this one.
when you pay, so
Ugh.
AEW, which is the wrestling company that I watch, they're on TNT Wednesday nights and Friday nights. Going to be on TBS starting at the new year. But TNT is owned by Warner Media. Warner Media also owns a little app slash website slash used to be something bigger. You guys have heard of it. Bleacher Report. Y'all remember Bleacher Report?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
do.
Yeah. Well, they're owned by Warner Media now, and they are the exclusive pay-per-view provider in the U.S. for All Elite Wrestling. And when you pay for this thing, and I bought this thing Saturday morning. It came on Saturday night. I was at work, so I wasn't able to watch it. So I get off, I'm excited to pull it up and watch it. It's an hour, almost an hour and a half since the show's been over. Click on it. Oh, your event is now over. Replay will be available soon. Oh, okay. Well, I've been through this before, Typically it takes an hour, maybe 2 hours. One time it took 6 hours for it to come available. So I kept checking back. And finally went to sleep. Woke up a couple of times, checked back, nothing. Woke up the next day, nothing. Went to work, got off, nothing. So we're looking at 24 hours past this event that I still could not watch it. After I paid for it, after I was told the replay would be available soon, and nothing. And I'm trying to avoid spoilers. I'm not going on social media. But then I open up Bleacher Report, and what do I see on the freaking homepage of their freaking service? A spoiler for the event that I can't watch! So finally, about 1 a.m. Sunday or Monday morning, I was able to watch this event, 4 hours long. So sick of it when international
Matt,
users, what?
did you call customer service?
It
I
doesn't
mean,
matter. It happens every pay-per-view, and
just complain on your podcast?
I left a 1-star review. I've emailed them in the past because this issue's been happening for 2+ years. But since there are no competitors domestically, nothing's going to change. They're going to get the money, and they're just going to do what they want to do.
Have you ever heard of illegal streams?
Um, yes, and I know the means to do that for wrestling events, but
he would never.
Never,
I
yeah.
do occasionally because
No, no, no,
TNT.
no. I don't think you'd ever do that, Matt.
No,
No.
I don't.
No.
You're true. You're right. But it's just so frustrating. Like Warner Media, please either fix your freaking service or let other services offer it. Like Fight TV, last pay-per-view, Bleacher Report Live, which used to be a little streaming service for Bleacher Report, shut down, so they allowed it on other services, and I bought it on Fight TV, which does UFC events, stuff like that. And it worked perfectly. Hell, I could start the event in the middle, go back to the beginning, and watch it. None of the things I can do on Bleacher Report, and it was perfect. It was just so frustrating to give them my money and then just not even get what I paid for almost 2 full freaking days. Stupid, frustrating. So I think in the future, a VPN and Fight TV are looking more like they're in my a set of cards here, so not going to deal with this issue ever again. But Warner Media, you ought to be ashamed, and you ought to freaking shutter Bleacher Report and sell it to Yahoo or anybody because it sucks. Sell it to us, actually. We'll give you 50 cents for it, freaking nerds. Oh, so mad. So mad. I mean, the nerve of these people to put a spoiler. And it's not even like click here for results. No, it's, hey, main event spoiler right here, front page. Sorry you can't watch it. They ought to be ashamed of themselves. Ugh, so mad. But I finally got to watch it, so.
I wish I could I mean, I can sympathize with a spoiler having ruined something, but this event that you love, I cannot connect with it.
I mean, it's, say you recorded a Tennessee game and,
Yes.
you go to click on the recording and it shows the score right there for you. Yeah, I mean,
Uh,
because this match that they spoiled has been brewing for like 2 years. Like, it is a
uh,
long-term story. Like, the anxious millennial cowboy, he's never had the confidence to beat his former opponent, his former stablemate Kenny Omega. And now you think, oh, is he gonna get over that hump? Is he gonna win the championship? And Bleach Boy, yep. Sorry you can't watch it, but he did it. Freaking assholes. All right, you guys got
that's
to start
very.
watching wrestling. It's good stuff.
Do you agree with that, Caleb?
We need a Tennessee wrestling team, and I would watch it.
Hey, we can dive deep into the podcast one of these days in the off season about the importance of Tennessee for professional wrestling, because Tennessee is a pretty big deal when it comes to territory days. I mean, Tennessee's got a long storied history with wrestling.
Make
Yeah,
it
and Kevin Nash.
And the Tennessee stud, Ron Fuller, baby.
Was Constantine Ritzman one?
No, I think he was just from Germany.
Oh, it was just a German. Okay, never mind. He's just different.
Who was that UFC fighter we used to have? Oven St. Preux?
Alvin St. Preux.
I don't
Yeah.
remember him ever playing. Do you guys?
Wasn't there like a Lady Vol who was a professional wrestler or something?
Yeah, Bianca Belair. She wrestles for WWE. She was like on the track team. Went to Austin East.
Hey, shout out to Bianca. I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
No shout out to WWE. Freaking losers. Keep cutting
Or
people in the middle of a
WWF.
pandemic. Most profitable time in company history. But oh man, we cutting all these wrestlers due to budget cuts. Yeah, whatever. All right, what else we got? Any closing thoughts? Any new wrestling fans in the audience?
Let us know in the chat, in the comments, please.
Yeah. Caleb, what are you thinking?
I don't know. Got a big weekend ahead. Looking forward to it.